Kia ora, kia ora. Hi, I'm Hoani Hotene. For me, that's just a name. For you guys, it's like a surprise. It's a Māori name. I'm a Māori guy, you know. I think it's the pale skin, red hair, but, you know, there's a lot of ginger Māoris out there, you know. There's me, there's my brother. We're out there. I actually went to a kura kaupapa growing up. We did a full immersion, did everything in te reo Māori, you know. I never felt like I was any different from the rest of the kids there. I did notice that they keep putting me at the back of the haka. I asked the teachers, I was like, hey, I know all the words, I know all the actions, what's the story? He goes, one of the things about the haka requires a little bit of intimidation, and you just look like an angry marshmallow. Rough, man, rough. If you're learning te reo Māori nowadays, it's a little bit easier, right? When, like, Moana's been translated into te reo Māori, Lion King's been translated into te reo Māori. When I was a kid, we didn't have that, right? What we had growing up was we had Māori SpongeBob, okay? SpongeBob Toroporowha was the name of that show, okay? Now in English, right, you got to realize it's SpongeBob SquarePants, okay? 2 syllables. In te reo Māori, it was SpongeBob Toroporowha, 5 syllables. Now, that difference between 2 syllables and 5 syllables became a little bit of a problem in that theme song they had. They didn't change the rhythm at all, okay? Show would start off being like, kua rite koutou, ai kapene, o nā awe whare painaporo e SpongeBob Toroporowha. Listen, I don't know why it had to be SpongeBob Toroporowha, just because they didn't actually translate any of the other characters in the show, right? No, Patrick was still Patrick. Plankton was still Plankton. The only other person they changed was Mr. Krabs, okay? He was Matua Krabs. Because they respected him, okay? He had a small business, okay? Couple of employees, single father. It's not easy to be a single father. Even more difficult when your daughter is a whale. Man, growing up though, I never like thought much about being Māori. I just was Māori, you know. Like nowadays, everybody's got like a lot of stuff about their backgrounds. Things like Ancestry.com come in, and I think people might take it a little bit too seriously, you know. People find out, oh, I'm like 4% Swedish. That's probably why I'm so good at building IKEA furniture. And oh, I'm 5% Australian. That's why I keep doing all these crimes. But people would ask me, man, they'd be like, oh, so is your mum like this much? Is your dad like that much? You know, they keep kind of like finding out which part of you is Māori, which part's not. So eventually I asked my old man, I asked my dad, I was like, you know, Dad, as a percentage, like how Māori are we? And he looked at me and he was like, Hoani, what part of you is not Māori? I was like, the outside. The thing is, he was trying to say that we're not like you know, we're a whole people, you know, we're these parts of us, but we're all like one whole thing, you know. I know there's Māori side, I know there's Pākehā in there as well. Like, I like wagon wheel. I'll say skedaddle. Sometimes you gotta leave, not that big of a deal. You just skedaddle, okay? You know, and all these things like your culture, your background, and then there's always going to be something that's unique to you. There's something that's always going to be part of you. Like, I look at people like, I look at a guy like Rāori Waititi, okay? A politician, Rāori Waititi. I look at him, he represents Māori hard, you know? He goes in, he builds up te reo Māori, he's got a moko kano here, he goes into Parliament with a taonga, change the rules, heaps of things, building up mana Māori. And then he's got a cowboy hat just for a little bit of fun, okay? Like, no, that's not Māori. There was no Ngāti cowboy. Maui didn't pick up the North Island like, yeehaw! It was one day, he was like, I think I can get away with wearing a cowboy hat. And all of us were like, yeah, you can, Rāori, you get it, you do it. You know, I do some different stuff as well. I know we've had a lot of jokes, a lot of like the ha-ha-has and everything, but I do a little bit of poetry as well, which I want to share with you guys. I thought, you don't have to be excited about it. This is a poem I do about my childhood, actually. here I am, again, stuck in the Lower Hutt McDonald's playground. I guess the cushion didn't really have anything to do with it. I thought it was kind of cool. Not everyone thinks I'm cool, eh? Like, some people, I get some weird statements sometimes. I actually got this statement recently. It was in the bedroom. Somebody was like, oh, they said that I had bad pillow talk, okay? Like, I don't think they liked it when I was like, hey, baby. That's a bit of ventriloquism. Listen, some of you guys will leave tonight being like, I don't know if I liked Hoani, but all of you guys will leave tonight being like, wow, he certainly did a lot of genres. I got one last story to tell you guys. I've been flatting recently, and when you flat, what happens is the landlord they'll send you like a rental agreement, right? But that's a legal document, and in New Zealand, right, any legal document can be done in English or te reo Māori. So when we got our rental agreement, what I did is I translated our rental agreement into te reo Māori, but I made some purposeful mistranslations for my own benefit. 3 weeks into it, the landlord called me. He's like, hey, you haven't paid any rent. I was like, read that agreement again. It's actually my house now. So he kicked us out. Yeah, that's a trick that's worked better for some people than others. Listen, my name's been Hoani Hotene. You guys have been a lot of fun. I'll catch you later.